Morning, students. Today we are going to discuss Java second class. What we are going to discuss?
We are going to see an example of what we have discussed in last class, explained in theory,
Okay.
and we are going to see where to write and how to run the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Proceed, sir.
So basically, there are three ways to write a program. One way is in Notepad, and then you can run the program using a special software which is present in all computers. It is called command line. Sometimes it is called shell also. In Windows, we write CMD.
How to set the path also you are showing, sir?
No, now I will show using IDE how to do.
Okay.
So another option is you can use a software either online or offline, in which there itself you can write the program and you press run.
Okay.
Then it will run directly. No need to open command line, Notepad and all that.
Yes, sir.
So there is a famous online IDE which is used in general. Replit. So Replit, this name comes from REPL it. So it is he's saying like you do the REPL for your program. REPL is a term which we call read, evaluate, print loop. So that is a term which is used in read, evaluate, print loop. That is not important. That is just I'm just explaining about the name. That is something they used. That is a procedure which is used in building compilers. Read, evaluate, print loop. That's why they named it Replit. So we have okay. So this is the basic dashboard of the website. So you can write programs in any language. That is the advantage of online IDEs. You have to choose language, but write in any language. So you have to click create either here or here. Once you create for any in template, you have to give your language name. So we are learning Java. So and select the title.
Even Python also we can do, sir.
All languages. Create, press on create REPL. It is going to open. In the IDE, you can see three sections are there. One is this left side, center, and right side. This is where we write the program. They have already given a sample program. Left side is all the program files. So for a long time, we will be only programming from one file, usually called main.java. And on the right side, the program will run. When you click on this run button in the top, then the right side, you will get the output. Sometimes if you have to give input also, you have to give from the right side only. Input and output and running of the program is on right side. In the center, we write. This is just files. And these are many options which we will use once we start advanced programming different types of files. For example, version control, you can make different versions of your program. But for the basic program writing, this is enough. Once you open this is called an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And means it has integrated the running program, writing part, and the file folders is integrated into one screen. So basically, you just have to write your program here in the center part, and it will run in the right side part once you click run. So in this program, which he has already given as a sample, you can see that there are some statements in the beginning and some brackets. Apart from that, there is only one statement. This statement we have already encountered. Similar statement. I told that this is the statement which is used to display the output of any calculation. So the output, there is a difference. Difference is in this ln. First, I will show without ln. Then I will show what happens when we use ln. Okay, let's replace this hello world by any calculation. Suppose if I replace it with 3 into 5. We are expecting the computer to print the output as 15, correct? So when we click on run, then the program will, first the software will read the program, understand its meaning, then it will run. Commands we would have to give manually if we were using shell or command prompt. But since we are doing IDE, the commands are automatic and the program runs and 15 output is given. 15 output has come. Now one by one, earlier they wrote here print ln. So this ln is extra added. And I told you system is to call the operating system, out is for telling to give output, and print. ln is for line. What happens when you do print ln? Observe that beside this 15, the next command has started. If I want to type another command or any other input, it is coming on the same line as 15, just beside it. If I use ln, the small change is that computer will automatically go to next line. It will automatically go to next line. That line is finished there, and our next commands will be typed in the next line. It is a more neat way of giving output. So print ln, if you add the ln, computer will automatically go to. Another thing which was here in the default program, in the sample program, is he wrote a text. He wrote a text like this. He wrote this text. Now, if you run, you can obviously expect what is going to happen. It is not going to do any calculations. It is just going to print whatever text you have asked, which has come here as hello. So instead of doing calculations, it is just printing the text. So to test your output,
What this symbol is what?
exclamation mark. Let's come here.
What meaning? What its meaning?
No meaning. Only English meaning only.
English meaning what?
To show emotion, like you are showing greetings. Hello
That will
world.
show the emotion.
If I put full stop, then hello world. No. And if I
That's
put full stop and run, computer will also give full stop only without any emotion. Whatever we can tell computer to do, it will do that.
That's it.
There is no special meaning for this. Any normal punctuation, anything you can use. You are not supposed to use this one. Dash is there. This one you are not supposed to use in the text.
If I use what it will say.
If we use that, I will teach when I talk about strings. We use, then there are some special meanings. After backslash, if you type n, that means go to next line. It's for new line. If you type T, that means press tab. So there are some keyboard keys which are not letters. We can press those letters in our string by writing /t/n. /n is next line. Suppose I remove this println. If I remove println, computer is not going to add a line on its own, correct? I have given /ln. This /ln itself means next line. Now when I run, it will give hello world and then it will start at the next line. If I type anything, it will come on the next line like this.
Anywhere we can give.
What if I give print ln? Now ln is also there, next line is also. Can you expect what will happen? Then also I give, next line also I give. What do you expect?
It will take any one idea.
No, it will do both. Computers are very strict. If you tell it to print ln with the next line, one enter is for the /n and one enter is for the ln. So two lines will come. Because of that, we get one blank line. Here it press enter.
It's not that much intelligent, like robo.
It is not at all intelligent. Not at all. Whatever we tell to do, exactly that it will do. Nothing. So this print ln you can use like this. Anything you can. Even you can use this. The main use of that /n is you can even use it in the middle. In the middle, for example, if I type /n.
But generally what I observed is we are giving the lines in between here.
These lines are not at all counted. These lines are not at all
No,
counted.
sir, what I'm asking, generally calculations and all int A, int B, like that. A plus
Those
B.
ones I will come, the storage. So I will come. Here, this /n we can use. /n we can use even when in the middle of the string also we can use /n. Here before the comma I told press enter. So before the comma it has done enter and then comma and then word it has given. Anyway, even after comma also if I give /n, there is one println and two /n. So it will do hello, then enter, then comma, then enter, then it will write word. Then because I give println, again it will press enter. Here you give hello, then because of this slash and it press enter. Then comma, again enter, then word. After that again, because of ln, it gave another enter. That's why we came onto this line and are on the next line. That this print ln will only come in the end. You can see that I have left space after the slash and that space has also printed here. Slash and తర్వాత space ఉంది ఇక్కడ. Space. ఆ స్పేస్ కూడా ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది. అందుకే వరల్డ్ కొంచెం W కొంచెం ముందుకుంది ఇక్కడ. ఈ స్పేస్ తీసేస్తే ఓన్లీ స్లాష్ n అంటే ఓన్లీ వరల్డ్ ఆ లైన్ లోకి వచ్చేసి ఎగ్జాక్ట్ కామా కింద వరల్డ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ కామా W ఎగ్జాక్ట్ కామా కిందకి వచ్చేసింది. ఇందాక కొంచెం పక్కకు ఉంది ఎందుకంటే ఆ స్పేస్ కూడా ప్రింట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఏదైతే ప్రింట్ చేయమన్నా అది ప్రింట్ చేస్తుంది. దేర్ ఇస్ నో అండర్స్టాండింగ్ లేదు ఇక్కడ. ఆ స్లాష్ అయిన తర్వాత స్పేస్ పెడితే ఆ స్పేస్ తీసేస్తుందేమో ఎందుకంటే స్టార్టింగ్ లో స్పేస్ పెట్టడం అలాంటివి ఏమి ఉండవు. ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా మనం అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకున్నదే ప్రింట్ అవ్వాలి. డిస్ప్లే ప్రింటింగ్ ఇప్పుడు
క్లాస్
నార్మల్ 3x5
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
3x ఇలాంటివి క్యాల్కులేషన్ ప్రింట్ ఇలాంటి క్యాల్కులేషన్ ఇస్తే ఇట్ విల్ ఫాలో బాడ్ మాస్. బాడ్ మాస్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ 2/3 చేస్తుంది డివిజన్. 2/3 అంటే 0.66. 3x5
ఈవినింగ్
సో 15.66 ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. 15.66 ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. .out.println will tell it to. Now problem is here we did not use any points, correct? We did not use 3.0. Points use చేయకపోతే if we don't use points in the numbers we have given, then the computer will not display points in the output. This is very important. This same 3 if I make 3.0, 3.0, then we will get 3.0. This will become 0.66. This will become 3 into 515. We will get decimal points. So one very important thing to remember is that we include decimal points in the numbers we have given, then in the answer decimal points will be included. If we don't include decimal points, then in the answer decimal points will not be included. So I will select till the end. Paste down. I'm asking the computer to print two things. First, print the result of this calculation, then press enter because of ln, then print result of this calculation. Results are actually same. Here we have used decimal point, here we have not used. Computer also, in the first answer it will use decimal point. In the second answer it will not use decimal point. Very important, huh? Same, but I have not done any decimal point. So this is very important. You have to write this down that if we use decimal points in the numbers which we have given, then in the answer decimal points will be there. Otherwise decimal points will not be included. Important thing is it won't round off. 15.6 it won't round off and give 16. It will just ignore the decimal points. So important thing I write here is that decimal points are ignored. There are no in the numbers we have. Points are ignored if there are no decimal points in the numbers that we have. Now here itself I can explain to you one more thing. I have kept double slash before this and I have written my line. Why I have kept double slash? If any line is started with a double slash, then the computer will ignore that line. Computer will ignore the entire line. It is looking like two lines actually, but then because this became too long and it has come to the next line, computer will ignore only the line starting with double slash. It ignores the line starting with double forward slash. These are the 2 points. Apart from this, earlier I told that ln, adding ln after print makes computer to go to Add putting /n, putting /n anywhere inside the sentence, where inside the text will press enter at that point. Putting /n will make computer. And the starting of this program itself is typing. If I want to write something, if I want to ask the computer to print a word or a text sentence, anything, letters or words or sentence, then any word or sentence on the computer to print enclosed. That means these are the inverted commas. So any word or sentence you want to print must be enclosed in inverted commas, otherwise there will be errors. Otherwise there will be error. Computer must not think that you mean something else by end. It must understand that that word end you must print. If I remove these inverted commas, and then the computer will say there is an error. That error is that it is thinking end has some meaning. It is saying variable end. It is thinking end is a variable. We have not defined any variable called end. We will come to variable definitions later. We have not defined, it is getting an error. Keep in inverted commas, it understands that it is the text which has to be printed. Whatever you write there, exactly that only print. Don't search for any variable names, don't search for anything. So these are a few. Apart from this, last class we also saw decision making. So if you remember, we did condition 3 greater than 5. And then I said, to give this condition to the computer, you should write if and then write in brackets 3 greater. Computer will calculate whether is greater than 5 or not. After that, whatever statement you give, for example, you want to print the earlier calculation. This will happen if the result is true. If the result of the calculation is true. And the other option is the second calculation which I gave without the decimal point. This will print if the result is the false case. When we write, we should write here. We write else and give this case, then this will be the statement when the result is false. This will be the statement. I will just put double slash in front of these statements. That will make the computer to ignore the statements. The change is to start just for neatness, because this will be the first statement executed. Ignore everything, execute this. That means it will write start. After that, it will check whether 3 is greater than 5. If it is greater, it will print the decimal calculation. Otherwise, it will print the without decimal calculation. We will run this. It has printed start and it has printed the without decimal calculation. Is it correct? Because 3 greater than 5, is it true or false? It is false. So if the result is false, in the else condition, whatever is given, that will be printed. If I change this condition, if I make it 3 less than 5, now it will get true, and then it must print the decimal. This time when I run, we are expecting the answer as only 15. We are actually 15.66, the decimal calculation we are expecting. Without decimal came earlier, it only 15, because this is the one without the. That is the basic. It can do calculations, it can result, it can make decisions. It can make decisions. For decisions, we had less than, greater than, less than or equal to. If I keep 5 less than or equal to 5, will it be false? less than or equal to 5, true. It will be true because less than I know equal to I know, ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చు. So in this case, it is true. We are expecting 3.0 calculation, which means it will include the decimal point in the output, which it. We can do 5 equal to also, double equal to. We must always put double equal to. I'll check 0 double equal to 5. Is 0 equal to 5? If 0 is equal to 5, it will print decimal calculation. Otherwise, it will print without decimal. It has printed without decimal because 0 is not equal to. Take 5 పెడితే we are expecting true statement. It is going to print decimal one. That they are also printed star. Any word or sentence you want computer to print as it is. If you want computer to print, it must be enclosed in inverted commas. Otherwise, there will be error. Calculations, no need to enclose in inverted commas. Just keep. This is decision-making statements earlier. These are some details. Decimal points are ignored if there are no decimal points in the question. As I told, there are two types of numbers, integers and decimal point. If you don't keep decimal point, the entire calculation is done with integer. So it will give integer answer, 15. If you include decimal points even one place, even if you include decimal points in one place, it is going to consider all the numbers as decimal point, float numbers, which we call float. And it will give a float answer, which is 15.6666. This is the basic demonstration of what we learned earlier class. In this class, I have showed you a few extra things. Computer will ignore any line starting with a double forward slash like this line itself. That's why I can write anything without any error. Adding ln after print will make the computer to go to next line. Putting slash n anywhere inside the text will also make computer to present wherever you keep slashing. Slash in here. You will expect a new line after a. You will write STA, then enter, then RT. Then check 5 equal to 5. Since that is true, it will do the first one. In the first one, we have included a decimal. So this else one is ignored. There is the demo. Learn.
This is true. So this is printed.
That is printed.
Now I will put 6 here.
Yeah, if you put 5 equal to 6, like earlier we tried 0 equal to 5. Similar ways, if you put 5 equal to 6, this is false. It will calculate the second statement. Second statement has no decimal points, so after also it will ignore the decimal points. That means it will give only 15.6666. Give answer 15.
Code we can write before system dot out or after system.
That's what last class I told. The decision must always come before the display. Decision before display, always.
No.
You can't write system dot out dot print, and then you can't write if 5 equal to 6.
But we write here like that only.
Where?
After system only you wrote. Sorry.
No. The printing I'm talking about. This is the decision. This as it is code I can take like this. I can cut it from here and I can paste before. This will work.
That
As it is code will work. This code will work, but this start will be printed later. Which order you give the statements, that order they are executed. Start will be printed later. So first it.
if else we are including in system dot out dot println.
If
Doubt is first I'll write code, then I'll give printer.
So then what will you give to print?
See, int A 15, int B.
That is
int A 5, 15, int B 10. C is equal to A plus B. Then system dot out dot println, C I will give. Then only it will print.
Then also it will print C. It will print
Suppose
the
if I write system dot out dot println C, and if I give int A, int B, it won't
and
print.
C equal to A to B, it won't print. That is relating to storage and scope. That I will
Next
teach
it
you,
will
next. That all defining variables computers can store. When all can you use the variable names?
That one.
That all will come later. Right now, we are only dealing with numbers, calculations, and actual text which you need to print. How to print, how to make decisions. Right now, decisions will seem a little unnecessary because 5 equal to 6 that we ourselves can check. But when we start variables, when we start taking input, we don't know what is the input in some cases. In those cases, this will become useful. For that, we will define variables. Before defining variables, we have one more thing which about statements. First, I will tell about block
Storage
statements.
didn't come till now. Storage is not.
Storage will come next later. So this is all for demonstration of previous class. Now we can start next theory of statement blocks. Recording stop.
Tomorrow will do.
Today also I can continue, but I will stop recording and then continue in the recording I will continue.
Will stop this. Recording will stop.
You stop. More direct close.
Close ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
Close.